And hello there, everybody. That opening shot right there was from earlier when I attempted to film this video, but that didn't go very well for numerous reasons, but we won't get into that. At least that's how it felt. And I mean that in regards with... Oh, man, this is tough. Well, the main one being that I wanted to make sure I got absolutely everything I wanted to say into this video. Because believe it or not, it can be a little difficult to fully get your point across on the very first try that you're doing it all by yourself. At least for me anyway. So, yeah. Long time no see. Surely for most of you. And for some, perhaps, never seen. Which is perfectly understandable. And in that case, hello. Nice to meet you. Thanks for seeing what's going on here. Alright, so let's just get right into it, shall we? I wanted to make this video, aside from providing an update, of course, but because I think I left things off pretty rudely for those who do keep up with me and all of that, but I have a reason for it. I do have a reason for it, and I usually try to make sure it's a good reason in these cases. So let's get to it, right? Where have I been? What's going on? If those who know me / follow me, etc., whatever you have it, if you've noticed, I haven't been on social media in the past 3 months. I've been relatively quiet, just in general about things, and I also left the websites that I was writing for. Those of course being bjpen.com, Fansided, The Body Lock, and Cage Side Press. And since I primarily use my social media accounts, well, not primarily. In the case of my Twitter, yes. Anyway, what I was getting at was, since I used my accounts for promoting all the stuff that I do and things alike, I figured since I had nothing to promote anymore, at the time anyways, it would be time for a break from all that other stuff that comes along with social media and all the joys. And it's been pretty nice, because I've been wanting to see what it's like to not really, follow along with the sport online, but still watch every event, because it's two different experiences that go together, you know what I mean? And it's been refreshing to do it this way, but I've been missing it, I'll be honest. Yeah, I mean, it adds another experience, like I said. But as for the heart of the matter, back around June of 2018, I was well into my tenure with bjpen.com, just went full-time, quit my other job that I had at the time, which I was doing bjpen.com, started while doing that other job, and then just went full-time with that, which was fantastic. I was really having a positively crazy at the time year, but at the same time I felt like something was still off. And I had felt this way a good bit since high school ended, but in different ways. And, just to put it out there, get it out of the way, because you might have probably just asked, because I don't usually throw it around, but, I am 23, so it's been 5 years now since I got out of high school, and, despite all the amazing things I've been able to, and never imagined I would end up doing in the MMA space, I still felt like I had wasted a lot of time compared to, some others in my life. And growing up, which is still going on, right? I mean, even though I feel like I've wasted so much time and I'm getting super old, I guess I still have to be real and think like, you're only 23, dude, but that's still very difficult because I want to do so much, But, I've had a very tight-knit group of friends, all of which are primarily from middle / high school, same thing, growing up together. And as time has gone on, obviously lives change. That's just how it goes. That's how it works. And for some, they've had kids and gotten married, which are like big things, which retrospectively kind of made me feel like, what the fuck am I doing to really make impacts, I suppose you could say it that way, since, I haven't done any of that. And although I don't necessarily want to do either of those things, it still made me think, when comparing it to my life, and I felt like I really just need to start over, and in a big way. So, what did I come up with? What magical idea did I come up with? Well, let's move to the other side of the planet. What better way than completely starting over, right? So from that point on, I did some research and decided I wanted to go and live in Japan. Tokyo specifically, if that could work, but wherever in Japan would be nice. That was the idea. And easiest way to do that? Become an English teacher. Not like our American English classes, literature. Well, I guess kind of the same thing, huh? But like teaching the English language to people who don't know English. Like, that doesn't happen for Americans to American because we already know English. Duh, yeah. So, all right, let's give that a shot. So I went and got my teaching stuff taken care of in October. Started with it in October, went to classes, started in October, and finished all that in January, got my certificates, that good stuff. Things took a little bit longer than I hoped they would, but the goal was to get there, get this all settled before 2020, plenty of time. And in the end, Japan wasn't going to work out, but I still hope to go there one day, and I'm sure I will, have plenty of time. But, before that, it's off to Shanghai, China. I actually wanted to make this video on my first day there, and I'll probably do a separate one for that, try to anyways, but I figured I'd be way too tired on that first day to do that, which is kind of counteractive to what I just said, trying to do the arrival video, but hey, we're going to try. So, that's what's going on, really. English teaching in China and learning Mandarin, which is going to be super fun, I think. It's such a challenge to try and learn another language, no matter what it is, but Mandarin specifically seems like quite the challenge, especially compared to Japanese from what I've been looking at. But either way, can't wait for it. I'm just so ready and excited for it to finally be happening. I was supposed to leave last month, actually, but visa stuff was quite a hassle. But now we're all Gucci, and I'll arrive on Wednesday, the 21st, which should be in 2 days from when I put this out. Planning to put it out on Monday. As for the MMA/writing side of things, I do still plan on doing work in that space because I just can't not. I can't not do that. I love the sport way too much not to do that. I feel like it would be a disservice to myself, and I primarily now. I keep saying primarily a lot, aren't I? I will be trying to get into making, a lot more video content. And that's not just in regards to MMA with videos, but I'm also thinking about, about my experiences in China that I'll have, other interests like movies and TV, filmmaking, not filmmaking, but yeah, movies and TV, video games, football, music, filmmaking if that's what I feel like. So yeah, whatever I feel like. Because really all those videos out there of people like on YouTube who are living in new countries, and in my case, Japan and China, the ones I've been looking at, have been extremely helpful in preparation. Like just people who are talking about their experiences. They've been very helpful for me, at least. I'm assuming they are/will be, because I guess I can't say that they've helped yet because I haven't been there yet. But preparation wise, yeah. So the point is that if I could help someone in that same way that I've been helped in that way, then fuck yeah, I would love to be able to help out like that. It's so easy, just film yourself and share your experience. It's always good to hear a little something, whether negative or bad. You don't want to lean too much towards one side, so see as much as you can. But yeah, if I can do that, I would love to, and that's the idea. And that really ties into the whole English teaching thing and MMA, actually, because the satisfaction that's gotten from being able to help someone in any way is oftentimes for me so much more valuable than, well, let's just say money for an example, because it's an easy example. And in MMA specifically, that's always been the big thing for me, which can be hard if you're full-time like I was. But that's why I love writing a goddamn legitimate story for a fighter, or a coach, whoever's in the sport, opposed to, of course, the clickbait or nonsense 100 word news piece that you'll see every here and there. That's it is what it is. But it's the point is it's just so much more appreciated, and every single person in the sport has their own unique story, multiple, so if you're a good writer, it shouldn't be super hard to make a compelling non-clickbait clickbait BS story about these amazing humans. Having worked with and gotten to know so many fighters now, some that I even consider friends, which is always crazy to think about. It's like, wow, I've known this person for a while, this and that. That can make the position even more difficult, which I'll get into a little bit. But it really means a lot to them to have a deep, detailed story done on them, rather than having you spoil the big fight announcement that they themselves would love to announce on their own. But those days are unfortunately gone, and real news comes far and few between the TMZ garbage. And I've let it be known about my love-hate relationship with the sports media world, so I really don't want that to sound one way over the other, because there are incredible pros to the cons, and neither should be ignored. Therefore the reason I can't quit completely, myself, because I believe there's so much more that I have to give and can give in MMA media, which is why the Black Monday, as I've been calling it, kind of called it, was so devastating, just to put it bluntly. There was a Monday in June. It might actually even have been the day I started this hiatus, actually. But it was the day that seemingly every writer / journalist was, getting traded from outlet to outlet. If you follow the sport in the social media platform, like I was talking about earlier, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And just despite my reachings out, to various of these outlets that were, trading people around, and even some who picked up new people, despite telling me that they weren't adding any new names, but did. I never heard back from anybody, and just had to sit back and watch it all unfold, which in the end I think has been a great thing. It was very motivating to be left out like that, and even taught me that first of all, I'm a lot more competitive than I knew I was, because that really sucked. but secondly, it brought me back down to earth quite a bit. And I say that because after I went and covered Bellator 220 in San Jose, which was in April, I really finally felt like, holy shit, man, I belong here. I can do this with the best of them. Like, hands down, it was amazing, because that trip, from a work as well as, just a trip standpoint, it went as perfectly as it possibly could have. I did everything I set out to do. I had a consistently great time, just overall, minus an earbud situation, which is another story, which I'm sure I'll tell to all of you who don't know it at some point on the channel here. But overall, it was just a really surreal experience, that Bellator 220. And Bellator 220, this was coming after I covered Bellator 214 in Los Angeles, which was in January, I want to say, and which by that trip's end was stupidly depressing. Like oh my god, that was the most depressed I'd been in a while. There's been a couple moments, but that one really stuck out. And it kind of circles back to that unintentional comparison making, like with the friends in my life and that stuff, because at that event I met James Lynch, the man who's all over the place, who really was someone I looked up to early on in starting this whole MMA journey unintentionally. I didn't mean to get into it this way. But I still do look up to him in some ways, of course. The guy he's a damn machine, and just seeing that in person really demoralized me a bit, compared to what I was doing, because I mean, he's like I said, he's a machine, and he's got more experience and all that. But it's just like damn, you're just seeing it. When you see it in person, it's kind of different than when you see like all the stuff he's doing, putting it out. You're like, oh my god, I don't know. It was just kind of eye-opening a little bit. I still love James, of course. I'm not trying to knock on him at all, but it's just like, it's hard not to compare, I guess is what I should say. And I've always been someone who believes they can do absolutely anything they set their mind to. And, I still firmly believe that, of course. But man, it's tough when it's in your field of passion, and especially one that's as weird as media, just overall sports. Because I hate being annoying or feeling that way, like I'm annoying somebody, which you kind of have to do a little bit in that area. And maybe it's just the overthinking or anxiety that I have, which has gotten much better. But like in every single interview I would do and have done up until probably Kelvin Gastelum, before, was it UFC 234 against Adesanya? Man, I would be a nervous mess for every single time. Some more than others, of course. But even with people I had talked to multiple times before, I don't know. It's a hard thing, really. People, I don't know if they really understand it. Yeah. But all right. I feel like I'm dragging on here at this point. So I will wrap it up. I'll wrap it up for you. So just to summarize, I still plan on doing MMA related work and have multiple ideas in the works at this very moment. Most of it will probably just be coming in the form of video rather than writing. At least that'll be the attempt, but not counting out writing, not dropping any hints here. We'll see what happens. But I've always loved making and producing video content, no matter what it is. I just enjoy that editing process and getting to that part. So I'm really excited to try and get back into all that. And I want to say thank you to everybody who has ever supported or followed me at any point in time, no matter if it's been as friends, family, acquaintances, strangers, readers, Sherdoggers, whoever. And speaking of followers, actually, I just want to throw this out here at the end. I think it's kind of funny that I lost like 60 Twitter followers in my time away, just because it's like, hey, why don't my tweets average like 60 likes then? I don't know, I just thought that was funny. And I also want to say sorry to everybody for being, so quiet about everything, but it's more about the philosophy with that. I've really, really tried hard to be more of a doer than a sayer over like a doer, do stuff over than a sayer the past year. So talk about it once it's been put into action. That's kind of the philosophy behind that. So I do apologize though, but you gotta understand. And to fully wrap this up, thanks again, guys. And look forward to 2 videos coming out this week, one of which is going to be the first episode of what I'll be calling my pod show type thing. I don't want to call it a podcast necessarily, just because I don't think I'll go an hour every time I do it, and I don't want to stick to a schedule exactly. But that's going to be called Drake's Takes, and go back to Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, hashtag Drake's Takes for all my fight picks, and I'll be trying to do weekly vids related to that theme, as well as others on whatever topics I feel like. But on episode 1, I'm joined by American Top Team Portland teammates, UFC bantamweight Ricky Simone, and returning Bellator lightweight Jake the Half-Black Attack Smith. I thought that would be a fun way to kick things off, and I've owed Jake a chat for a while now, as you'll hear kind of the story on the show. In the other video, that'll be a fun little one that also features Jake and Ricky, but I won't. Anything I say might be a little bit of a spoiler for that, but a really fun video. I hope you guys will enjoy it. Look forward to it. Thank you again, everybody. I'm back. Ready to go. Ready to fucking live it up. So thank you again, everyone. And cheers. Cheers. Imaginary drinking glass. I got my water bottle. Cheers. And bright futures to all.